I'm Helen Nathan, author of the Flossie Crumbs Baking Adventure series. I've written the Fairies Cupcake Ball, which was Flossie's first adventure, where she was just playing in her garden. She lays out a picnic and the fairies come and taste her cakes and think they're so wonderful that she's then asked to bake cakes for the fairy ball. The benefits of getting children to the kitchen are numerous because it helps with literacy, reading through recipes, and then numeracy, weighing, measuring, and then also clearing up, I think, is quite important. And I have very strong memories of my children from very early age enjoying playing with soapy dishwater and spraying it all over the kitchen floor. So in fact you end up cleaning the kitchen much more thoroughly than you would have had to have done otherwise, but it's all part of the process of, you know, learning and growing up. And it's very interactive rather than plonking them in front of a telly or a video machine. I think parents are often scared that it's going to be very messy, but I think you have to kind of go with the flow and say to yourself, it doesn't matter if there's a bit of mess, we can clear it up afterwards. And even things like getting kids to smell different smells, just to get different senses going. So if you, a great game that I play with kids is you blindfold them, which is already exciting, and then get them to smell coffee or peppermint or cinnamon, and you know, that's a really good introduction. That isn't messy. But then making a cake has only got 4 ingredients, you know, butter, flour, sugar and eggs, and cracking eggs is just such a cool thing for a kid to do. And if you have to pull out a bit of shell, it's not the end of the world, but it's a great way of getting kids into baking, I think. Well, I've got 3 girls who've all gone through fairy stages at some point, and I've always cooked, and I love cooking, and I thought that the way of introducing them to cooking would be to draw them in through a magical adventure story about a little girl who was a baking heroine. And I've been talking about Flossie for years to my children, and I thought I'd put it down on paper and share it with them and share the recipes in the book. Her character is, she's quite feisty, and I've drawn different characteristics from all my children. My middle daughter's is a bit of a tomboy, and so Flossie's not really into pink, and so her bedroom, the way it's been drawn, is quite boyish. She likes football, she has steely determination, and she has this passion and love for baking. It's a story again about Flossie who goes into Romalonia. Romalonia is the chestnut tree in Flossie's garden, and inside Romalonia is the fairy kingdom, and she has been appointed by Queen Rosie of Romalonia to become the royal baker because her baking is so wonderful. This is the second adventure where Flossie goes back into Romalonia and is asked to bake cookies for the new baby that's just arrived. And to celebrate, they have a tree that they decorate with cookies, and Flossie is asked to make the cookies for the tree. I love the Geoffrey spider biscuit. Geoffrey is the security spider that looks after Flossie. As she's a royal baker, she needs security at all times, and Flossie's not that keen on. I think she likes the idea of having security, but she thinks it would have been nicer to have had a butterfly or a hamster look after her. But the feedback has been fantastic. We've got a website, and it has got recipes and games to play, and more information about Flossie at www.flossiecrumbs.com. So we get quite a few hits to that, or lots of hits to that. Also, you can send in for an activity book, and that's helped drive people to the book, and then people have left comments on the website about what they think, and then just general feedback from parents that I know, that my kids know. You know, obviously they're going to say they like it because they know me, but the feedback has been really fantastic. I've been very thrilled. But one of the best things that I've managed to negotiate has been a commercial partnership with McDougall's, the flour manufacturers, who have a long heritage of home baking, and so it was a very good synergy for Flossie. And Flossie is on over 3 million bags of flour at the moment. We took Flossie Crumbs into schools, and we had a drama workshop that was explaining the importance of weighing and measuring, and introducing the book to 2,000 children. And we went to visit schools throughout London, and it was a huge success. The response from the teachers was phenomenal, and they said that the kids loved it, and we're hoping next year to increase that and to take that to schools around the country. I think the thing that makes them unique is the fact that it's a blend of recipes and a story, and I don't know any other book out there that does that, so I think that's why it's unique.